So hey y'all, I'm back with another video. So tonight's video is yet again another Chioma Chats video podcast edition. So by the title, we're going to be discussing this entire Meg Thee Stallion debacle. Megan has been trending recently, which is a little bit shocking because she's been pretty mute after everything that happened with her court case. And we see Megan now, but not in the same capacity that we used to. So when I saw her on live going in and just discussing details of her case, I was actually shocked because I didn't think Megan would ever address this again. So just a quick backstory, as most of you probably know, there was an incident in July 2020 involving Megan Thee Stallion, her then best friend Kelsey and rapper and R&B singer Tory Lanez. To be honest, it's like nobody can really say what actually happened. So from here forward, I'm gonna speak on things via the point of view of what each individual recounts of that night, because the story is very convoluted, and I think that's fair to say whether you like these people or not. I like Meg Thee Stallion. I like her representation in hip hop because she's a brown-skinned girl, she's tall, she has meat on her bones, and that directly represents me. So I was drawn to her, and not to mention she can actually rap. As y'all know, I do music and I'm a very avid opinion giver on female rap music, and I'll be quick to say I don't like somebody's stuff, but I really do like Meg Thee Stallion, which is why I was always drawn to her. However, I will say I think this situation has really turned a lot of people off who used to be big supporters or even allow for people to still like her music and her talent but not be that much of a fan of her in particular. Now, I do believe that Megan Thee Stallion was shot. Let me just say that. I do believe that she was hurt, and I do believe that the perpetrator was Tory Lanez. The question now is, what was the intention behind her being hurt, and was it malicious and violent with the intent to cause her damage, or was it accidental and in the moment with intention to break up evident drama, or was it used as a scare tactic by her friend that ended up being in the hands of someone who couldn't control the situation and did more damage than he did good? And I think people who paid attention to the story and have been following it deeply, who have weighed all testimonies, all court records, all things considered, do have a right to question it because nothing has really been straightforward. I hate that because I'm a woman, and that because I'm a black woman, and because I do like Meg Thee Stallion, I'm not allowed to question or call out things that are obviously wrong or doesn't add to her credibility just because of that. The bottom line is something happened to her. Tory was found responsible in the court of law. That's not going to change. However, because I think everybody involved knows that the situation is convoluted, that is the only reason there is still discourse to this day. Like, think about it. If everything happened exactly how each person has said it happened, would there be this much discussion? I don't think so. So the reason why I said Megan versus everybody is because following this situation and her taking a hiatus from music and social media, Meg finally dropped her single called Cobra. Now, I did do a review of this song a few videos back if y'all want to check it out, but in a nutshell, I said that I like the song. I think it was very vulnerable. I wouldn't say it's gonna be this club banger, but from a true artistic standpoint, and with the current consumer request for artists, specifically rap artists and specifically female rap artists, to be more versatile, it did hit the mark. It was still a catchy kind of upbeat song, but the subject matter was not as cliche, and I appreciated that. But I also talked about the lyrics of her, including what happened between her relationship with Pardison Fontaine. And I remember I said that I believe that she was raw, but she also added in the lyrics about her being cheated on in duality. And what I mean by that is it was to speak her truth, obviously as a form of therapy for herself. This is her work. This is her artistry. But it was also for shock value because, of course, Megan knew that if she said that, it would cause conversation, and it would also cause people to look into the situation as they kind of parted ways very quietly. I remember somebody came for me in the comments of that video and said something along the lines of, well, Chioma, as a black woman, why is it that you have to come for Megan and chalk her lyrics up to just being a marketing tactic? And I'm gonna be real, some of y'all have to stop this as a black woman nonsense because you're playing it out so bad that people can't even speak without being attacked. But it's because it's true, babe. In one breath, yes, she is able to speak her truth, get her story out there, and say what really has hurt her. And I think she's 100% right in doing so. But on the other hand, she is a world-renowned celebrity who has millions of followers, controversy tied to her name, and she knows that if she says certain things in her music, especially as a comeback song, her fans and the blogs will pick it up. That's part of putting out a song, especially in 2023. You have to market it. And the best way to market something like this is to be fully transparent and say enough without saying too much. Allow people to formulate their own opinions, maybe address it, maybe not. But in this case, Meg did decide to address it. So recently, Recently, her ex has been in the blogs and doing interviews discussing their relationship, discussing his song that he wrote back to her, and I will speak on that a little bit more in this video, but I do believe that his song was very well written, heartfelt, authentic, and raw, just like hers was. And I think he has a right as a human being to give a response to this, say his side of the story, be emotional, and so forth. I found it so crazy that a lot of women were trying to speak down on him for making a response to Megan's song. I mean, if somebody accused you of cheating, whether you did it or not, and everyone's attacking you, millions of fans, random people, and maybe that's not how everything went out, would you not defend yourself, man or woman? Like, let's be real. And I think her response to her ex through her recent live stream is kind of telling that maybe he is right, and yeah, he did his fair share of nonsense, but maybe Megan isn't perfect as well, because I know that when somebody is triggered, there's a certain way that you respond, and in my opinion, Megan's demeanor gave that she wasn't expecting to get to a point where it irritated her and that she had to respond, but also she's reading things and consuming things that maybe are in favor of Pardi that may or may not be true as well. So I wanted to talk about this situation because I really do like Megan as a rapper, but I am seeing that her controversy is pretty interesting to look at because this story is now in Act 2. Act 1 was dealing with the court case and Tory Lanez and her best friend, and now Act 2 is now everything that is happening after, her relationship, her reputation, and so forth. So I know that was a very long monologue, but without further ado, let's get right into this video. So I'm gonna go ahead and play some of the live streams so that we can get context of what Meg was saying in response to everything that's going on. She does address Kelsey Harris not speaking up about what took place that night. She also addresses Tory Lanez not taking the stand to defend himself if Tory didn't do what was alleged. And she also talks about Pardi making his song towards her and his response to her song. Now, I'm gonna address this in 3 sections since there's 3 different people involved, but I'll be real, anything dealing with the court case is kind of minimal to me now because I've talked about it, but also because I think in the court of public opinion, people have chosen their sides. So she talks about Kelsey not saying anything when she had the chance to say something in regards to the court case. And I do think Meg is right in saying that you had a chance to speak up, you didn't, you decided to not speak. So either it's that you were paid off or that you were in danger.
Following the street code, not snitching. Are you snitching or are you not snitching? Because y'all trying to pretend like Kelsey shot me. Kelsey didn't shoot me. And I really wonder why her main problem with me was, you won't tell people I didn't shoot you. I was like, Kelsey, I don't want to talk about this on social media at all. But now you won't even get online and defend yourself. So that really just proves my points. Either you took some money or your life is in danger. Like, why won't you get online and say,
I think what Meg needs to understand is that she was the one who made this very hostile, or at least very publicly hostile. She was the one who put out the diss song against Kelsey kind of unprovoked. And I remember watching Kelsey's live stream back when this all happened. And she basically said, why are you dissing me when I'm not even a rapper? And I think that was very fair for Kelsey to say, because I don't think I'm going to take a personal situation and put it in my music and put it out to millions of people. I mean, yes, I'm free to do it, but I don't think I'm going to have a fallout with a friend that I actually hurt and then diss them in a song knowing that they don't really have the tools, the leverage, the platform, let alone the yearning to respond to me in the same format. Not to mention, Megan has maintained that Tory is the one who shot her. So I still question what exactly is her beef with Kelsey. People say it's because Kelsey didn't speak up for Megan. Kelsey didn't, I guess, go in on Tory along with Megan, but it's been confirmed that Megan and Tory were messing around behind Kelsey's back. This was confirmed in court where Kelsey and Tory had a relationship or something going on. She got sick with COVID, and then here comes Megan messing with Tory. And also was confirmed that initially Megan lied and said that she was never sexual with Tory, but then in the court documents she did testify and say that she was. And can I just say, what is wrong with me saying this? Like, people take this as, oh my gosh, you're holding her accountable, you must hate her, you must be anti-woman. Like, no, babe, that is exactly what the hell happened. Are we going to be stupid or are we going to use our sense? Which one? Honestly, I was watching another commentator's commentary on a separate situation like a few days ago, and they were also doing little side comments to address the comments that may come with the things they're saying. And the reason why I feel like a lot of commentators are doing this is because people watch our videos and they don't like to use logic and understanding. They lead with a lot of bias, and it's like they're listening to attack versus listening to understand. Nonetheless, let's keep going. So I think when she addressed Kelsey, I wasn't really feeling the fact that we're not putting forth the truth in front of the feelings. At the end of the day, Megan did her friend wrong. At the end of the day, they found out about it in a very bad environment where there was liquor, partying, and feelings involved, and it led to an incident in which she should not have been a victim, but unfortunately, she was one. I don't think the ladies need to be friends ever again. However, I just don't think Megan should speak on Kelsey if she already did her friend wrong. And furthermore, Kelsey has not addressed Megan in a long time. I went to her page just to look at her page because I haven't seen her, and she still gets a lot of hate comments. We don't even hear from Kelsey anymore. It seems like once this was all said and done, both of them got into serious relationships and moved on with their life, and that's just how life goes. Now, as it relates to her addressing Tory Lanez and saying Tory Lanez didn't take the stand to defend himself, I also felt like, why didn't you defend yourself, Tory, if you say that you didn't do it? I mean, he put it out in the music, and I guess that was his way of doing so, but when it really mattered in court, where your ass was at?
Because this is what y'all care about. Y'all care about online. Because the case, if you say you didn't shoot me, why won't you get on the stand and say I didn't shoot this? You say it online every day. You figure out how to get your to say you didn't do it. You figure out how to get the blogs to say you didn't do it. But the one it would have mattered from was you. You should have said I didn't do it. Kelsey did it. If she did it, why wouldn't you just say she did it? Kelsey, if you did not do it, why won't you just say I did not do it? I know who shot me. I said who shot me, and that's why you in jail. Y'all motherfuckers are dragging it online like it's some new evidence. There's no new evidence. Motherfucking witnesses went missing. Why? I wonder why the witnesses went missing. Did y'all pay them? Why y'all showing up now? Why y'all showing up? It's about to be 2024. Y'all still with me. Y'all still with me. Why? Because y'all see me moving on and doing better. Y'all see me trying to heal and trying to grow, but y'all keep trying to bring me back this way when I'm trying to go this way.
I remember when I was giving reasons as to why I thought Tory Lanez did this, I couldn't understand why he didn't take the stand when it was his day. But I think about it now that I know more information, and I do think if he would have taken the stand, he would have got ripped to shreds, because at the end of the day, he's a felon. There was a gun in his possession as a felon. Also, he's not an American citizen, and he also was the ain't-ish naker in the situation. He decided to penetrate two pretty pink pulsing, piping hot punishing, put it on a pedestal pussies, and it wasn't ever going to make him look good in the court of the law, let alone the court of public opinion. So I'm sure his defense attorneys advised him to not take the stand, and that they were going to do all the work to prove that this didn't happen in the way that it was made to be. That notwithstanding, the jail call that he made to Kelsey was very incriminating to me, and that's what did it for me, because I feel like he was taking ownership without actually taking ownership. He was apologizing profusely. He seemed to acknowledge some type of wrongdoing, whether it was him sleeping with friends or him actually shooting Meg, if not both of those reasons. So I do believe Tory did do something wrong. Now, just as a toss-up, just because I was looking at different theories online, what do y'all think about this? I saw this online. Do y'all possibly think that Megan and Kelsey were fighting? Kelsey did have the gun due to the intoxication, or maybe she was just really on that night. Tory tried to confiscate the gun and eventually did. The girls kept going and fighting. Tory shoots up in the air or down at the ground to scare the girls or get them to stop, because it's been reported that all of them just kept going and kept fighting. And then he shot at the ground, not thinking it would hit Meg in the foot. It hits Meg in the foot, and now we're here. Does that sound practical, or do we think that Tory Lanez violently shot at Megan for whatever reason there was? Because he does admit to doing something in the jail call. And let's not forget, Megan does say he shot at her feet and said, "Dance, B." But like I said, in the jail call, he is apologizing. He does seem very remorseful in that moment. And I think another reason why a lot of people were against Kelsey was because they felt that she wasn't angry enough during that jail call with Tory. Her demeanor was very meek. She wasn't angry or aggressive. She just kind of seemed like she was just hearing him out. But now that we have more information, could it be that she was more mad at Megan for doing something grimy behind her back, and obviously mad at Tory for the same thing? But because Kelsey and Tory both went to jail that night of the shooting, maybe she was just trying to hear him out, because they both know what happened, and they both know that Megan was really the cause of why there was a physical altercation that night. And I'm not talking about the shooting, I'm talking about the fight. Honestly, Tory Lanez was found guilty on not just the attack on Megan, but other factors. According to this excerpt, he was convicted of assault with a semi-automatic firearm, having a loaded unregistered firearm in a vehicle, and discharging a firearm with gross negligence. And this leads me to believe that, of course, he's going to get in trouble for this due to his priors and just the nature of the situation, but also the wording of the convictions aren't what people made it to be. Meaning, I think a lot of people viewing the situation think of it as more of an attempted murder or aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or intent to kill or whatever, but there is a reason why he got charged for what he got charged with. I'm not trying to downplay it, but just making a note of that. I do think he shot at her, and he's going to sit in jail for that, amongst other things pertaining to the situation. But I do think if he didn't have priors, I don't think he'd be sitting in jail, even if everything happened in the way that people think it did. But hey, he played a stupid game, he won a stupid prize. Now lastly, the main 12-ounce ribeye steak with sweet potatoes and veggies is Megan versus her ex-boyfriend Pardi. Pardison Fontaine is a songwriter. He's pretty decorated in the music industry, and he's definitely very talented in his writing skills. I honestly did not know that he was 40 years old. Meg Thee Stallion is 28 and Pardi is 40. I looked him up today and I was like, black don't crack, because I was gonna give him a solid 32 years old or anywhere in the early 30s. I did not think he was older than what he is. He does look good. That notwithstanding, these two got together right as all of this was kind of going on in Megan's life. And I will say this relationship had not seen any public controversies from its inception. We never heard about cheating rumors. We never heard about fights. We never heard about disagreements from the public view. This looked like a black couple with great intention, beautiful looking couple, and we didn't really think anything negative in regards to their situation. Pardi basically stayed down with her and stayed silent throughout this entire situation, and he has publicly defended Megan in regards to her legal situation. Of course, we never know what's going on behind closed doors with people, but nobody would have guessed that any drama would come from this relationship. So again, as stated earlier, Megan drops her song Cobra, and she mentioned that she was cheated on by walking in on her boyfriend getting head in the same bed that she sleeps in. And this sent the internet on a frenzy. Obviously, a lot of people assumed that she was referring to Pardi, and they went in on him. Like, I remember how fast the attack was, and I was just sitting there like, damn, if he did that, he's dead wrong. And his response was very like, let's get active. Like, he seemed to be like, okay, you want to play that game? Let me come for you then. Let me teach you in my Taseki voice. And I did see a lot of people calling him like sassy and feminine, weird, if you will, because he didn't respond, I guess, in a manly way. I'm not sure what that means, but there were a lot of people who were like mad at his initial response and even in the diss song that he put out. Now, I will say, I don't feel like what Megan said warranted Pardi to kind of air her out in the way that he did, but I do think if you provoke somebody, you can't be like shocked at their response. I mean, this is the rap game, so people are gonna come with whatever they're gonna come with. Now, I did get a chance to listen to it. I listened to it like at least 3 times just so I could hear everything, and it was very well written. I can truly tell he is a writer, and it was authentic. The only thing I didn't like is that I wish it was on a different beat. Like, I know it's meant to be kind of melancholic, but he could have gave us a little bit more with the production. But he has a great voice, pretty soothing. Yeah, you know how them New York guys are, but I stay away from them, you know, respectfully. So initially, Megan didn't respond to this song. She let it play out, which I think was the right thing to do. But I think once we kept seeing him, he keeps getting interviewed. He was just recently on Angela Yee's show where they asked him if he cheated. He basically said, yes, he did inappropriate things, but he said he did not cheat first. And he also said that he did not cheat in the way how Megan made it seem in that song. Let's listen to that.
So let's address everything, because on the Cobra song, she talked about you, you know, in the same bed that she sleeps in, right? So you said it wasn't there. So what did happen?
Did you cheat?
That's not what happened. Put it like that. That's not what happened at all. What's cheating? No.
Don't do that.
No, please. Because,
Don't you do that.
No, because I really need to go there. I really do.
Did you get your dick sucked by somebody else?
I'm not deflecting it.
Did she catch you getting your dick sucked?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Did you have sex or were you intimate with somebody else while y'all were in a relationship?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
So you're saying you didn't cheat?
Absolutely, but this is my thing, right?
Okay.
Is hiding text messages cheating from your partner? Is that cheating?
Well, what are these text messages?
Well, I feel
if
like
it's something that you gotta hide from your partner, is it cheating?
Right, and that's what I was gonna say. I feel like anything, and I've answered this plenty of times. I feel like anything that you are doing that you would not do in front of your significant other, I feel like that's a form of cheating.
Or anything you don't want her doing.
Right. Whether it's emotionally,
you know,
physically, intellectually, if it's something that you're not going to do right in front of your partner or something that you wouldn't accept your partner doing from you, then yes, that's cheating. That's just my thought.
So did you cheat?
In that regard, I say so. You know what I mean?
So maybe it was inappropriate stuff you did.
Inappropriate, correct, right?
Okay.
Inappropriate, correct. But the way that it was painted, that would have me so mad. I'm like, this is the part of the relationship after everything that took place, everything that was like kind of, you know, forgiven, everything that we've washed away. Especially when nobody asked for this. This is what you want to go with.
But she also didn't say your name, so.
Why do people say that?
I mean, it's true though.
Why do people say that?
Because that could be something from like, that has nothing, sometimes, you know, it's music. So you could be writing about something and people think it's about them. And granted, putting that in a song, she knows that people are going to think it's about you. So I get it. But you're saying that never happened.
I'm saying it didn't transpire. Like, yo, you pulled up and such.
So something transpired.
Absolutely.
But not that.
Absolutely. And after, I thought this is a done deal. We're not together. You are doing you know, your thing clearly. And that's what we're doing, you know, so.
We stand on business over here. I didn't like it. Knowing your pen game and knowing what you have written, I didn't think that it was great, but I would have liked for you not to say anything, right? So I think just the response in general, I was mad that there was one.
Why was that your take, that I shouldn't have said anything?
If you, in fact, did cheat, there ain't nothing to say.
I had to actually paint this picture because you guys feel like y'all know this person more than I do.
I loved not knowing. It's not our business.
Absolutely. And that was the story for us, right?
That was the story.
Until when?
The record.
Exactly. Which record?
The Cobra record.
Did that hurt you then to hear that record?
I'm not gonna lie, I was absolutely hurt because I knew you knew what it would do to me. The date you released it, you knew this was my daughter's birthday. You knew that. I didn't think this person would choose to use me to sell a record or get clicks, you know what I'm saying?
Did you cheat?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Did I do it first? Absolutely not.
So he takes partial accountability because I was like, boy, just spit it out. Like, you know what you did. Like, I was getting irritated. Like, you know how guys like to talk around the answer so they don't sound bad? Like, you did what they said that you did. However, do I believe that maybe it didn't happen in the way that Megan said it did? Possibly. I wasn't there though. So Megan has been seeing him on these podcast interviews and she finally gets on live to address it. And this is what she had to say.
If this man is saying, I didn't cheat on her, I didn't do that, well, why the f*** is you responding to me? Do you know how many y'all claim I done f***ed with? Why are you answering? Why are you trying to make that shoe fit? Was it you getting your dicks up in the same spot I was sleeping? If you say it wasn't you, why the hell is you dissing me? Like, what the f*** is going on? Why are you talking to me? If you say I wasn't talking to you, I wasn't talking to you. Like, people can pay for a headline. People can buy bots. I don't give a f*** what you motherfuckers make trend. I'm winning. I'm happy. I'm healthy. I can't be too motherfucking evil because God keep blessing me. I'm not doing nothing to y'all. So I would really appreciate if everybody would let me heal in peace. Would let me move on. Because I'm not talking about y'all. I don't have anything bad to say about none of you people. I would never, if we was ever cool and we fell out, the business safe with me, friend. Because y'all can get online and try to talk about my dirt all y'all want to. Y'all don't want to know who's in the same room. Y'all don't want, like, y'all do want to know who's in the same room, but I would never air y'all out.
So I feel like personally, Megan has to be honest here. You can't say, oh, I wasn't talking about you. Be for real, babe. I love Megan, but let's be for real. You were talking about this man. Babe, let's be relevant and let's be in the moment. You were referring to this man and he does have a right to defend himself. I don't think that's sassy. I don't think that's wrong. I think they're both writers and both artists. Let's put it in the music then. Like, I feel like they both shot back in the most appropriate way. She made a bag off of her song and was able to express her thoughts and her experience, and he did the same thing. That is both within their professions. I see nothing wrong. When Pardi instantly got attacked when that song came out, Megan never once came and said that she wasn't talking about Pardi and that people should leave him alone. She basically sat idly by knowing that that lyric in that song was going to cause this reaction, because it's obvious from looking at both of them in the situation that the truth lies somewhere in the middle of both of what they are saying. And the only discrepancy might just be the timing or exactly what happened in regards to the cheating. So I believe they both cheated on each other, and I do think it's fair for Pardi to voice his side, because let's be real, Megan, you dropped that song on his child's birthday. And when I heard that, I said, okay, she was definitely talking about him, and it was definitely intentional why she dropped it in that way. And let's be real, if he did cheat on her in the way that she said that he did, then that's just more points for being petty. Like, to put out your comeback record that also mentions your relationship that a lot of people had questions about once they realized it ended, and to do it on your ex-boyfriend's child's birthday, that is called intentional. So to the few people that were in my last video saying that I'm wrong for pointing out how this could be a marketing tactic and it's also for shock value, baby, sit down, okay? Sit down there and eat your food. Because I know that when it comes to the production of something that's going to be consumed by the public, everything is intentional. From the lyrics to the release date to the artwork to the visuals, everything. And she's free to do that. But let's be real about it is all I'm saying. So I think between Megan and Pardi, this will die out pretty soon. But I do like the fact that Pardi did respond, because he said some real stuff in his song and Megan said a lot of real stuff in her song. And I think that was just the best way to go about it. Nobody's showing up to anybody's house. Nobody's getting other people involved in threatening violence. Nobody's trying to tussle. Like, we're doing this in a way that at the end of the day, we both benefit from the attention, the money, the streams, the transparency that we take from the situation. So all in all, overall, I don't really know what advice to give Meg other than keep going. Let this just be a point in time in your life that God was testing you and teaching you a lesson at the same time, because this is not the end all be all for all of these people. Everybody's life was affected by the situation and these relationships. And I think it was a cautionary tale for a lot of people. I remember I used the same phrase, cautionary tale, when I talked about the verdict of the case. And some people were mad at me for saying, what is a cautionary tale about a woman who found herself in a violent, potentially fatal situation? And I don't think there's anything Megan could have done to prevent her being attacked in that way. But I do think that between Megan, Kelsey, Tory, and I also guess Pardi, there are several things that could have been done or that they could learn from dealing with this situation. For Megan, you don't go behind your friend's back and mess with their man and think that nothing could happen to you. The end result should not have happened to her, but I would at least expect my friend to square up with me. And it seems like they did that. As for Tory, you don't penetrate two women who are friends and think that you're not going to be in the middle of some BS. The end result was way worse for him, but he definitely knew that his day would come when this all blew up and he would have to answer for that. I hope all of these people are seeking therapy, even behind bars, and I also hope that this story gets left in 2023. That is it. That is all. So that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please let me know your commentary on my commentary down below. What do you think? What do you know? Let me know. If you haven't already, stream my new song, Rich Auntie. It is out on all platforms. Make sure y'all are running it up. You can check down below for it. Make sure you guys watch the video too. Y'all know this is a Rich Auntie Christmas, but I ain't buying no gifts. But go stream the song, okay? And lastly, don't forget to follow me on all of my social media networks, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.
Your man a pendulum, you know that he's swinging right back, and he can't get enough of me, baby, cause I'm like that. In the comments going off and really talking shit. Shoot them up in my lyrics so they can know that I can spit. I'm real and you counterfeit. Body looking nice and fit. It's $500,000 for bail, for real, cause I'm African. Stop flexing with your homegirl. Purse that ain't your Louis V. Ain't fooling me. Got 2 degrees, you new to me, so that mean ain't no schooling me. Clowning on, I'm tired of these bitches making foolery. I'm sunning y'all, it's like I give them puberty. I know I got a problem, man, I like him from the south. He always call me boo and ask me what I'm talking about. Catch me out in Lucky Beach, my legs sprawled out. These Nigerian men be Baha men who let them dogs out. I said it's Chioma.